Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be back to work on the 2021 Camaro SS1LE. So in today's video it's actually pretty cold out. It's the end of January and it's probably around 30 degrees right now. It's pretty cold. But what we're going to do today is we have all the suspension components to get the suspension on the passenger side finished. So we're going to go get the strut compressed and put together the control arms and everything on the car. Get the car on all four wheels. Then we're gonna take the whole car apart and we're gonna make a list of parts that we need, and then we're gonna order those parts, and then we're just gonna go step by step and finish up the car. And also guys, I got a new camera. Right now we're recording at 4K at 30 frames per second, so hopefully it looks good when I upload it. But in today's video we're gonna be taking apart the car and getting the strut and the suspension all put together, so let's go. Alright guys, so we dropped off the strut to get compressed. So now what we're actually going to do is pull in the car the way it is. There's a dolly over there, so we'll just drive it in the way it is. And the strut probably won't be installed today, maybe tomorrow, because I'm not too sure when they're actually going to be done assembling it. But we're just going to pull it in, disassemble everything else. The way we're going to roll the car into the shop is actually, the car's resting on a dolly, and the dolly is on the subframe skid plate, which is already damaged, so we're replacing it anyways. So we're just going to pull the car in like this, just drive it in. So yeah, let's do a cold start. Alright guys, so we have the car in the garage now. Let's start taking it apart. Alright guys, so we went ahead and we got the hood off the car and part of the front bumper and the driver's side headlight. All three of those things are definitely not usable. So next we're going to move on and take off this giant radiator support and just go from there. After we get the radiator support off, we should unveil the entire front side of the engine, which I think there's something rubbing against the belt in there. But then we move on to the fender. And yeah, we just keep going in order, not sure what's going to happen after the fender, probably inner fender, like all these things have to happen in a sequence or else something won't come off. So yeah, we do that, and then what I'm doing is I'm taking all my screws and I'm labeling them in a bag, so this one's going to say hood on it, because that one was for the hood. Then we're going to do radiator, front bumper, fender, stuff like that. Hopefully everything goes smoothly and the whole front end of this car is taken apart. Alright guys, so currently this is the stage of the Camaro right now. Let me show you guys what has been done to it so far. Okay, so we got the hood off, the headlight, the part of the bumper, and the wheel on this side. Because I wanted to inspect, see what the suspension looks like on this side, so when we build it on that side. So you can see that right here we have a 2-piece rotor, 6-piston Brembo 1LE brakes, and here's the magnetic ride control shock right here. And then over here, I moved the inner fender a little bit to get a look at that inner structure. So it definitely did get flattened in on that side, because on this side it comes out a little bit. This got pushed down on itself, and right here, obviously, it has like a big crease right there. But so far, then, we are working on getting this fender off actually right now. Pretty loose actually, it's already almost off. There's just this one bolt all the way in here. You can probably get a good look at it right there. I got this one off, but not that one. That one's really hard to get to because, you know, if you move this hard enough, you'll actually like crease and rip it. This is the other fender right here, so it, you know, tore itself and like bended and everything. So it also was attached to the side skirt on this side, which tore it right there. So if you pull the side skirt hard enough, it'll tear, which is what I don't want to do. So I'm just gonna have to stick my hand probably in here and with a wrench and like just work on it. It'll be very tedious, but we'll get there. And over here you can see it's all flattened down. Right here it's all flat. Everything's flattened down. It's supposed to be sticking up, but yeah. guys, we finally got that bolt out. It was a pain, all stripped up and everything, but it's out. And then here's the fender right here. That's the hole it was in, so that's a really hard thing to get out. You kind of just have to pop out the panel right here and then pop it from back here, and it'll just pull out a little bit, and then you have to kind of just squeeze your hand in here and just work it out with a wrench, a 10mm bolt. But yeah, let's move on to the next thing. Alright guys, so like half the car is basically gone now. Not really, but in the front end we got a pretty big chunk of it out of here. All the front end components are right over here. Headlight, wheel, this is the big radiator support that got crumbled and that side over there, and then went up, like just the impact made it go up. Got the auxiliary radiator off too, it's over there. This was the auxiliary radiator bracket. There's some wires clipped into it that still have to come off. Then that'll be free. That bracket's pretty good. The radiator needs to come off. This is busted right there. The canister split from the actual radiator, so it won't hold any coolant. So this is all bad. Can't really see all too well, but I don't know if that sway bar is bent or not. I definitely have to check that when I get there. Always remember to, like, if you ever take off a cold air intake or a throttle body hose or something, put a paper towel or something just so nothing goes inside there, because that if something gets in there, it won't be good for the engine. If it sucks in like a rock or like a couple grains of like dirt like this, like anything really, but then it could destroy your engine or make it not run as good. So yeah, just block that off. That's everything on this side right now, so let's get that radiator off. Alright guys, so we got the radiator off. Reveals all the belts and the pulleys. They all look like they're nice tension. They don't look like they've been chewed up. my socket right here fell earlier. Finally got that back. Next thing is gonna be to take off what's left of this skid plate. This is another skid plate that bolts to the bottom of the subframe. This isn't the real subframe, so you can see the space right there. So that comes off. Luckily, the actual subframe is good. All the parts of it are good and not cut off, thankfully. And this is the radiator right here. So the canister broke off right there, and then the fans on the back are cracked up and broken. Alright guys, that's all for tonight. We're gonna do this all tomorrow in the morning, so see you then. Alright guys, so it is the next morning right now, and today we're gonna jump right into this corner of the car, take out the fuse box. We're gonna look into the wiring harness, see if we can get all that out, the ECU, the bracket for the ECU, all the suspension. And as for the strut assembly right now, the people that I gave the strut to, they said that they can't put together for some reason. I have an appointment at the dealership in a few days, so I'm gonna take the strut to the dealership, have them assemble it. It is gonna take it's gonna take a while for that strut to come in, all assembled and everything, but that's not a problem because we still have a lot of work to do on this car. We still have the body work on the door, the side skirt, and some little tabs and the A-pillar right here to do body work on. And we still have to take all that stuff apart there and order all that stuff. So let's jump right into all that work. Alright guys, I got the auxiliary radiator out. This radiator is bad. It's punctured right there. You can see all the coolant leaking out from there. So this one's no good. But now we can get a good look at everything over here, see what's broken. Everything here seems fine. This bracket right here is bent pretty good. The TCM that's mounted right there, it looks fine. Nothing wrong with that. Next, let's move on to getting this bracket out, and we're gonna clean up all this suspension right here, and then we'll move on to everything up here. so I got the plastic cowl off. I've been trying to get the metal one off though. For some reason, Chevy used some glue behind it right here. Some glue all the way throughout it that I've cut some of it, but I can't get all of it out. Some of it is really hard to get. And even after I cut that glue, I have no idea if it's even under the whole thing just covered, because I'm just getting the sides. But this thing is like not budging at all, so it probably is covered all throughout the whole thing. So this is actually going to be a really challenging piece to get off. But my wire runs all the way over here somewhere, and I kind of need to take it off, but it is a lot of work. Guys, so I got the metal, oh yeah, there it is. I got the metal cowl piece off. Definitely there was glue all the way throughout. It took a while, but I got it all out. Now taking a look at the wiring harness, it looks like the engine might have to come out for this wiring harness, and this piece too, meaning I might have to take out the dashboard. And taking out the engine and the dashboard, as well as the entire interior probably because of the dash, it's not really worth it to take all that apart just to repair some connectors and cut wires. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna order OEM cords, both of them, and right about here is where it's good on ours, or you can go a little further down, maybe up to here. All these other ones are good, so up to here where it gets smaller, splice it here, put the new cord there, and then on the other one, come up to about here, splice here, and put the new things on. I think that is the best way to do it, and it saves taking out the engine and taking apart all the dashboard. And it's definitely going to be better having it just cut in one spot rather than a bunch of areas that it's cut. Just cut it in one spot and splice it professionally with solder, and it'll look just as good as an OEM. And you can put some of this felt tape on it, and yeah, it'll be good as OEM. To get the car to this stage, it took a lot of sweat, tears, and a lot of blood. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.